Alright, hey guys, OmniGamer here, and I'm back with another collection video, and in celebration of the release of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, the long anticipated new LEGO Star Wars that has been delayed so many times and was originally supposed to come out back in 2020, but it's now finally here. And because it's now out, I decided that now would be a good time to show you guys my entire LEGO Star Wars game collection. Now, I actually have shown all these games off before in the past in previous collection videos. Like, for example, I did a Star Wars game collection video back in 2020 on Star Wars Day, showing off like all the Star Wars games I owned, and I showed off all my LEGO Star Wars games and that. And plus, the year prior, in 2019, I actually did a LEGO game collection video where I showed off all of my LEGO games. So yeah, so I have shown these games off before in previous videos, but in case you're like a new subscriber or something, or you just haven't seen those videos, then this will be entirely new to you. But anyway, so here's my collection right here. I do in fact own every single LEGO Star Wars game, at least the ones made by Traveller's Tales. I know there's like some weird like mobile spin-off games that came out over the years, but as of the main TT Games developed LEGO Star Wars games, like this is all of them. And not only do I own them all, including the new one, I also own multiple versions of some of the older games as well. Yeah, I have to say that LEGO Star Wars is probably my favourite subgenre of the LEGO games. It wasn't the first LEGO game that I ever played, because for most people, like the complete saga or like the original LEGO Star Wars 1 or 2 was their first ever LEGO game. For me, it wasn't. For me, my first LEGO game was actually LEGO Batman, the original LEGO Batman. At least from what I remember. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, LEGO Batman was the first one I played. I did play LEGO Star Wars 2 over my next door neighbour's house when I was younger. Yeah, so even though I didn't really play LEGO Star Wars back in its heyday, I still love the games. And out of all the LEGO games that have been released over the years, LEGO Star Wars is probably my favourite, and it's probably the one that I've spent the most amount of time on. That and LEGO Batman. I do also love the LEGO Batman games as well. The ones like in between, like I like the LEGO Marvel games as well, LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 1 especially. I wasn't really too keen on Marvel Avengers or Marvel Super Heroes 2. And yeah, and I've got like some of the other ones as well, like the LEGO Movie video game. I've got LEGO Jurassic World, LEGO Dimensions even. And even some like the old LEGO games, like from the PC, you know, like LEGO Island and LEGO Loco, LEGO Creator and all of those, which I've shown them before, because like I mentioned earlier, I did make a LEGO game collection video years back. But anyway, enough chatting, let's just get straight on with the game, shall we? So yeah, so this is every single TT Games LEGO Star Wars game, and I do have multiple versions of each of these games, except for the original LEGO Star Wars. I've only got one version of that. But yeah, so with all that being said, let's get straight into it. Starting off with the one that started it all, the original LEGO Star Wars the video game. Got it here for the PlayStation 2. I used to have this for the original Xbox many years ago. In fact, I had that version before I had this one. But I got rid of it. I'm not entirely sure why, but I got rid of it, which I deeply regret now, because this is the only version of the original LEGO Star Wars I have. But yeah, here it is, the first ever TT Games LEGO game. Got it complete right there. And yeah, this game is an absolute classic. But yeah, there it is, the original LEGO Star Wars, the one that started it all. I really do want to buy the Xbox version of this again, and maybe even get the GameCube version, but for now I've just got that for PS2. Alright, and then moving on to my favourite LEGO game of all time, and you can tell this is my favourite because I've got 4 different versions of this game. LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This game I absolutely love. This is the one that I played the most out of all the LEGO Star Wars games. And yeah, I just absolutely love this game. Obviously this one's based on the original trilogy, whereas the first game was based on the prequels. And yeah, another absolute classic game right here, got it complete. And yeah, I just absolutely love it, you know, love it so much that I brought it 4 times, you know. And I really want to go back and replay this actually, because it has been many years since I last played LEGO Star Wars 2. And I never really got far into it. I remember like when I was younger, I don't know if anyone else did this, but when I was younger and I used to play this game, I'm not even joking, I would just play like the first level over and over again. Like that's literally all I'd do. Like when I was really young, I'd pop this game in, and literally all I'd do is just play the first level of A New Hope, and then quit the game, and then just play around in the hub world for a bit, and then I would just turn it off. Like literally, that's all I would do. I played the first level of this game like so many times, and I wouldn't get any further. Like I literally would play the first level and just quit. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, when I was younger, I used to just play the first level of this, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, but I do want to go back and replay this at some point, because I do absolutely love that game. It is my favourite LEGO game of all time, and probably within top 10, I'd say, of my all-time favourite games. I absolutely love that game. And as I mentioned earlier, I love this so much that I brought it 4 times. Not only did I get it for the PS2, but I also got it for the original Xbox. This version I brought only a few years ago, actually. And yeah, I brought it pretty much just because I love this game so much. Yeah, got that complete, as you can see. I think I've only ever played this version like once. And I got it again for the Xbox 360. This one is by far the best version, because obviously, you know, 360 being a more capable console and stuff. Although graphically it's not all that different from the original Xbox and PS2 version. It's pretty much identical. I mean, there's a weird thing, like, with this version of the game specifically, where, like, the studs have, like, a black outline for some reason. I don't know why, because that wasn't in any other version. It's just this one, where the studs have a weird black outline. Yeah, so that's pretty weird, but other than that, like, the graphics are pretty much the same. No manual in this one, unfortunately, although I did actually order a manual just the other day off eBay, so hopefully within the next few days I should finally be getting a manual for this. But yeah, this is hands down the best version of LEGO Star Wars 2. Alright guys, so just a quick edit right here. I'm filming this the next day. My LEGO Star Wars 2 manual literally just arrived. I just opened it up right now. And yeah, here it is. Here's the manual for the 360 version of LEGO Star Wars 2. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my 360 copy, which as you can see, I still haven't even packed my games away yet from where I was recording. But yeah, so I finally got a complete copy of LEGO Star Wars 2 for the 360. You know, finally, after 5 years, I finally bought the manual for this. So yeah, that's all I want to say really. And then the last version of LEGO Star Wars 2 I got here is the PSP version. This is the only handheld version of the game I own. This is the Platinum release. This is one of the few games I got with my PSP, because I got a PSP for Christmas in 2014. My mum brought me a used one. And yeah, it came with 4 games. It came with this, Sega Mega Drive Collection, Ridge Racer, and Sonic Rivals 2. And I believe it was either this or Ridge Racer was the first game I actually played when I got my PSP. But yeah, it is a Platinum release, so we've got the silver case and stuff. There it is, got that complete. And yeah, this version is actually pretty much identical to like the PS2 version. Like unlike the GBA and the DS versions, which were pretty much totally different, this one's actually just straight up the console version. So in terms of portable versions of LEGO Star Wars 2, this one's hands down the best. But yeah, so that's all the versions of LEGO Star Wars 2 I got. And then moving on to probably by far the most iconic LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga. Got it right here for the Xbox 360. This game is basically just LEGO Star Wars 1 and 2 put together into one game. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. I mean, they did like change up a few things, but for the most part, it is pretty much just the first 2 LEGO Star Wars combined into one game. And when people think of LEGO Star Wars, chances are this is the first game that comes to mind. I mean, Complete Saga is probably the most iconic LEGO game of all time. I mean, everyone knows this game, you know? Like, everyone knows this. And chances are, if you were a kid back in the mid to late 2000s, you probably have a lot of nostalgia for it. Like I mentioned earlier, like, LEGO Star Wars, I didn't actually play until, like, a little bit later, actually. I don't actually remember when abouts I played it, but LEGO Star Wars 2 was the first one I played. So I played that one before I played the Complete Saga. And, but yeah, it's still an amazing game. I mean, it's, you know, LEGO Star Wars 1 and 2 put together into one game. It's just fantastic, you know. I mean, what else do I really need to say? It's just fantastic. If you haven't played it, you know, you're clearly not a true gamer. And then we got another version here, the Complete Saga. We've got the Nintendo Wii version. Yeah, just try to ignore the fact that this one's in a see-through DVD case. But yeah, the Wii version of Complete Saga. This one, I haven't played as much as the 360 version. Obviously, this one's not as good as the 360 version. I do find it a little bit awkward playing this, you know, with a Wiimote and nunchuck. I'd much rather play this game with a standard, like, Xbox 360 controller. But it's still a really good version. Obviously, graphics are not as good, but it's not super noticeable. I mean, LEGO games never really had the best graphics to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's still a Complete Saga, so it's still great, but I definitely recommend the 360 version over this one. Alright, and then next up we have LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. This one, I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't really play much of. Obviously, this one's based on the Clone Wars animated series. And, yeah, it was good for what I played, although I barely even played it, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I don't really know what to feel about this game, because I've barely played it. I mean, like, graphics-wise, it's definitely a lot better than a Complete Saga in the original games, but, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how I feel about this game. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad game at all, but it's just, I don't know. I really want to play more of this at some point, you know, because I don't really have, like, a a full-on opinion on this. And yeah, out of all the Lego Star Wars games, this is the one I've definitely played the least. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this game. It's definitely not bad, but it's definitely not up to the standards of the complete saga and Lego Star Wars 2 in my personal opinion. But I know a lot of people do really like that game, you know, say it's like underrated and stuff. And then next up, we have a very divisive Lego Star Wars game, The Force Awakens. This one I remember being super excited for. I remember when this was first announced, oh my god. I was so hyped for this game when this was announced. I remember when the first trailer came out for this, you know, the one that mimicked the first trailer of the Force Awakens movie. Oh my god, bro, I cannot describe how hyped I was for this game. This was by far my most hyped game for that year, for 2016. And yeah, I pre-ordered it like straight away pretty much. I remember I pre-ordered the special edition of the game, which came with a Finn minifigure. And yeah, and this was the version of the game I pre-ordered actually. I got the Xbox 360 version because this was before I had a PS4. And yeah, and this game I actually really enjoyed. I'm not entirely sure why like people hate on this game for. This one I actually really enjoyed. Especially like the third person cover mechanics that they added in this game. I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, obviously this one's just based on one Star Wars movie, just The Force Awakens. Although the first level of the game is based off the end of Return of the Jedi. But yeah, never really understood why people hated on this game for. I actually thought it was pretty decent. But yeah, got that complete. And then right here we have The Force Awakens again for the PS4. This one I got a few years later. I remember I brought it at Reading Comic Con in 2019. And yeah, this version I barely played. I did actually play a little bit of it last year on Star Wars Day. Yeah, I mainly got this because it was cheap from what I remember. And the fact that, you know, the Skywalker Saga was just recently announced at the time when I bought this. And so I wanted to have this so I can have this and the Skywalker Saga on the same system. But yeah, got no manual for this. This did originally come with the manual because as you can see, the 360 version came with a manual, and so did the PS4 version. But because I brought mine used, it didn't come with one. But yeah, only played this version once. But yeah. And last but not least, we have another version of The Force Awakens, this time the Nintendo 3DS version. This version I only have because I actually put this, well, not this specific game, I actually put on my Christmas list one year the 3DS version of LEGO Star Wars 3, not The Force Awakens. I put LEGO Star Wars 3 down on my Christmas list for the 3DS, and I think it was my nan actually got me The Force Awakens instead. So yeah, that's why I have this. And just like with the PS4 version, I've only ever played this version once. This one's completely different. And honestly, I hardly remember anything of it. But yeah, it's just a neat curiosity, I guess. Nothing more than that. I don't remember if it's any good or not. But yeah. And then last but not least, we have here the brand new game, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Got it for the PS4 right here. In case you guys haven't seen, I did do an unboxing for this the other day. And yeah, what was interesting about this game was that I actually ended up getting it a few days early. Like, I pre-ordered this from Amazon at the end of January. I just got the standard edition of this, and for the PS4. And yeah, Amazon actually sent it to me like 3 days early. I've actually had this game since April 2nd. Like, no joke. I've actually had this game 3 days before like anyone else did, really. And yeah, and I've played it. I'm about 2 hours, I would say. I've already beaten the first episode, The Phantom Menace. I decided to play the game in chronological order, so start with The Phantom Menace and make my way up. Of course, you can start the game off with any trilogy you want. You can start off straight away with the prequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy, or the original trilogy. But I decided just to do it in chronological order, so start with episode 1 and then just go to episode 2 and 3, etc. And yeah, so I've already completed episode 1, and I'm currently on episode 2 at the moment. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And yeah, there it is inside, as you can see. I did do an unboxing for this, so yeah, check that out if you want to. But yeah, there it is, the brand new game, Skywalker Saga. And just like with how Force Awakens was my most hyped game for 2016, this was my most hyped game for 2022. This was actually my most hyped game for a really long time, you know, because this game was originally supposed to come out back in 2020, but it just got delayed so many times. I didn't actually end up coming out until literally yesterday as me recording this. But yeah, but I'm so glad that's finally out now, and we're finally able to play it. And yeah, and I can't wait to play more of this. In fact, I'm actually playing more of this game like right after I'm done with filming. But yeah, there you have it, guys. That is the entire LEGO Star Wars saga right there. from the original game all the way up to the brand new Skywalker Saga, which only just came out. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments like what's your favorite Lego Star Wars game, and what Lego Star Wars games do you own. And also let me know if you've picked up the Skywalker Saga and which version of the game you got. But yeah, so with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please like, subscribe, and peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.